York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.
What's going on? This is Jailers from Knick of Time show here. Give you that Knicks talk. Just in the nick of time, and this is a tough one, guys. This is a tough one. The Knicks end up losing to the Atlanta Hawks in A-Town, 113-96. And listen, there were some adjustments made during this playoff season that we wish would have happened earlier. We tried some things out. It didn't work, man. And at the end of the day, when I'm looking at this game, it's all about that make or miss, man. This is a make or miss league. And we followed the game plan. I feel like we made the proper adjustments that needed to be needed. There's things that we said on this show that I thought needed to happen. And it took longer for those things to happen, but they happened eventually, right? But man, we're going to talk about the details of the game soon. But the Knicks lose to the Atlanta Hawks, 113-96. Julius Randle, 23 points on the night. Not a really great shooting night from Julius Randle. 23 points on the night, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Kind of closer, a little bit closer to the Julius we're used to seeing. But it's still not quite the Julius that we want because of, the missed shots. Reggie Bullock started today. And this is the hurt. This is where the hurt comes in. Started today as usual, but his assignment was to guard Trae Young. I thought that we should have done this game 1, Bullock on Trae Young. And I felt like, he made him work. But at the end of the day, he guards Young and gives you 0 points and 4 rebounds on the night. Taj Gibson, who's been a godsend for us, started again. He gives you 6 points. Derrick Rose, he gives you 18 points, but most of his damage is done in the first quarter. RJ Barrett, to me, if you're looking at his stats and his all-around game, might be the closest to the RJ that we want to see. 21 points, 2 of 6 from 3. Not good from 3, but 8 of 15 overall. And Obi Toppin, he's looking nice. He's been running the floor. He's been looking fluid. He gives you 13 points. And Burks is 4-12, who I feel like was kind of chucking a little bit, man. He got but like today, when we're looking at these box score, we talk about the other guys. The other guys for the Hawks stepped up, man. The other guys for the Hawks stepped up. They gave us, 22 points on the night for Jason Collins, a guy who's had a bad series so far. These first 3 games, he's fouled out. He's been foul trouble most of these games. This game, he's found his touch. He's been hitting those mid range. He's been aggressive, and he's played well. He's due for one of these games, but he gave us 22 points today. Trae Young, of course, 27 points on the night. 4-14 from 3, 9 of 12. You know what I mean? The 4-14 you live with. And that's the thing. When people say Bullock shouldn't start, he did okay. Like the plays that Trae made were plays that he had to really make. He had to really make. But I still wish that Bullock can shoot a lot better than what he did today. Gallinari with 21 points. He just likes playing in Atlanta, man. He likes playing in Atlanta. And Kevin Hurd with 11 points as well. And I'm gonna just start this conversation with just the adjustments, right? Before the game started, Tom talked about what the team needed to do. They talked about this before. We talked about this on his channel about the first thing that had to be done was get Elfrid Payton off the starting lineup. And I know there's still some Elfrid Payton people out there who said that was the wrong move, but it has to be done. Julius Randle needs more room to operate. That's just what it is. Right? So it gives room to Randle move to operate. But these first few games, he has not been cashing in on his newfound room, largely because when he does get the ball, he's still making slow decisions. When you're looking at all these superstars in the playoffs, when they get doubled and triple teamed, they make quicker decisions, quicker reads, quicker passes. And Julius, during the season, he doesn't have many flaws to his game during the season. But like the closer you look at him and the more you look at him, what you see his flaws truly are is the ability to read the game quicker, you know? The ability to read the game quicker. I think that's been the downfall. Like during the seasons, being able to get away with kind of studying film, knowing where the players are going to be ahead of time. They're going to be in that corner. They're going to be here. And he's been able to get away with those same reads throughout the season. When the Hawks came into play, they started playing defense. They started taking away that corner read. He has to then make different reads during this season on the fly. And he hasn't been able to do that as of yet. Right? And I think that's a lot of the things that's been happening. But today, Julius, he actually made the reads. I feel like the coach did a good job coaching him into figuring out where those reads are. And they did a good job preaching to him to make quicker decisions. But what happened when we made the quicker decisions? Listen, Julius Randle got a lot of good shots today, man. And shout out to, was it Sweeney? I think it was Sweeney who pointed this out, or Basketball Robot Dallas. Julius Randle was getting a lot more ISO situations in the middle of the floor, which opened things up for him, man. He missed a lot of buckets straight on at the basket, point blank range layups, man. They designed the spacing just to give him line drives to the basket when he needed to, and he kept missing them. Those are shots that he makes all season. He's been missing shots that he's made all season. At all. Exactly. So we just flat out, we needed Randle to make the shots that he's been making. These last few games, I felt like Randle hasn't showed the Randle that I wanted to see. He has not showed that fight. He hasn't showed the, that attitude, the grit, and the push. Today, I felt like he was a little bit more, he was more aggressive than he has been all season. But it still wasn't enough because he still has to me, in my eyes, he has to get used to making quicker reads. He has to get used to making quicker reads. He has to get used to making quicker reads and quicker decisions. Like, another example of this. Third quarter, the Knicks are in trouble. We start making a push. The Hawks go on a 15-5 run in the third quarter. Julius Randle's pushing the ball, passes to the Derrick Rose, passes the ball right behind Derrick Rose, blows momentum, and then the Hawks push the lead back again. Like, there's decisions like that where it's like I feel like he can't read the game quickly on the fly just yet. And that's why that's what's holding me back right now from being a really true 1A option. Because he has a three-point shot in his bag. He can cause the double teams. He can make plays when the plays are simpler. But when he has to get used to making faster reads. He has to get used to making faster reads. And I think that's going to be the next jump for Julius Randle if he gets a chance to make that next jump for me. All right? But overall, I felt like the game plan was solid from the Knicks, man. The game plan was solid from the Knicks and from Tom. It just came down to making shots and execution. These Hawks, this is the thing when you talk about playoffs. These other guys on the bench, the first few games we were killing them. Our bench unit was outplaying the Hawks bench unit the second game. The first quarter ends, the Knicks have a lead. The Knicks have a lead at the end of the first quarter. And at this time, too, Tom Thibodeau, he's playing his deck differently. Derrick Rose is starting with the starting unit. Tom recognized that the second unit didn't really have the punch that it's used to having with Derrick Rose off the bench on the first unit, he staggers Derrick Rose's minutes, which is a smart thing to do. Takes Derrick Rose out a little bit early in the first quarter, inserts Alec Burks in the first quarter, brings Derrick Rose back into the game with the second unit in the second quarter, which is a good strategy. At the end of the day, the Knicks ended up ending the first quarter 26-25. You know? At halftime, there was 6 times and 14 lead changes. The game plan was solid. It was really solid. But listen, the second unit laid an egg in that second quarter. It did. Quickly, and it's not for, we got shots we needed. We got the shots needed. That's the thing. We've got decent shots. We got decent shots in the first half. We played pretty good defense in the first half. We forced the Hawks into 7 turnovers in the first half and only scored 4 points in fast break points. Like, we didn't really capitalize off of those mistakes. Meanwhile, we had like 3 turnovers, and all of a sudden the Hawks scored 9 points straight off of those turnovers. It all goes down to shot making. It all comes down to shot making. Even RJ Barrett, man, as good as the game he's had, there was a lot of those threes that were wide open threes, in and out. Same thing with Bullock. Randle had problems passing out the double teams and reading the defense all season long. Today was the first time that I saw Randle actually deliver passes to Bullock that were wide open, and he just kept missing him. And God bless his heart, man. I love Bullock. I love what he's done for the team. I love the defense. Collectively as a team, we're losing because we are not hitting the three. Collectively, as a team, we have grown from within. Bullock has gotten better at shooting threes. RJ Barrett has gotten better at shooting threes. Randle has gotten better at shooting threes. We were the top 3-point team in the NBA. We should be in these games better, man. We should be hitting threes at a higher clip. But it's just not happening. You can credit the Hawks defense in these first few games, but I do feel like this quarter or this game, we had the opportunity to actually connect on the threes that we're used to hitting in the season, man. We just didn't make it. And meanwhile, we're draped all over these guys like a treat suit, especially in that third quarter. That third quarter 15-5 run was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Like, we played perfect defense, and these guys were still hitting shots. And you just got to throw your hands at that. But the thing is with these teams, right? When you have to have the mentality that you're doing the right thing and the game plan is working, even though they're making shots. And I know it's a hard thing to do. I know it's a hard thing to do to see threes raining down on your head and not keep your head up. But that's what's needed from this team at this point, man. If they're taking tough contested shots, falling away, falling down 3 feet from you, got to live with it and keep the game plan going and have the confidence that you put in the work that you can make those threes when time comes. We have a lot of open looks, but man, it's a make or miss league. It's a make or miss league, man. It's a make or miss league. At the end of the day, when we have the shots, we gotta make them. When Randle's at the rim and he can't finish, he has to finish those. Man. That just is what it is. And you know what? I'm bringing Fritz in right now because he said he had some comments on this game. So shout out to Fritz, man. Fritz, you are now live on the KOT show. I don't even think you have to hit the watch stream button because it's just me, Fritz, today. So you probably just have to hit the KOT live button today. But man, this is a disappointing game overall. It's looking bleak for us. I expect the shots from the second unit especially to start to fall once we get back home, because that's the second unit. The second unit usually feeds off of the home cooking and the home crowd. I expect those shots to start to fall, and I expect Wednesday to be a dogfight. What's going on, Fritz?
I'm doing all right. man, this game, like we got our first like real dose of like New Hawks. Like all season, we 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 beat the 3 times. We beat the old Hawks.
Right.
Like before they really got together, when they didn't get their this team,
The
the
shooting.
shooting, they were hitting shots. They're hitting shots they shouldn't hit.
Right.
And Collins was killing us. That I think Collins was the one player out of everyone. He was wide open all night.
Yeah, that's probably the one play that was open all night, and that's the one the def. Listen, when you ask Julius Randle to do everything, you lose a little bit on the defensive end, and Randle didn't kind of dig like the other players dig. He doesn't always close out on the 3-point shooter, so it sucks. That's another weakness. I mean, when we have these stretch fours, Randle doesn't always help and then close out hard. But he's doing everything else. He's playing 30 minutes a game, so like it's hard to ask him to do every single thing. But I still need Randle to hit the shots that he's been hitting during the season.
Yeah.
That's the bare minimum.
Yeah, and also that Randall Bullock, that combination's been working for us all season.
Yeah.
And tonight, and this series, it hasn't worked. Today, we see that Randall was trying to make it happen, but it just wasn't happening. Just wasn't happening for some reason.
Yeah, man. Like I said, Randall was getting all the shots he needed to get all game. I felt like the shots were better. I do feel like he missed at the rim. I seen him miss that layup like 4 or 5 times. Like he was getting way better shots. He was more aggressive. The coach had him in the middle of the floor to kind of prevent the double teams for like using that other man as an extra man all night. Like the Knicks made adjustments to get Randle better looks in ISO situations and to create better passing lanes. They didn't fall.
Yeah.
It just didn't fall.
It just didn't fall. The Atlanta was dictating the pace all night. Knicks were trying to, I don't know, at some points trying to speed the game up, but it was interesting because Atlanta really, certain parts of their game, it didn't look. Gallinari didn't look that great, even though he scored 20-something points. Every time he was defending, he looked pretty awkward, and the Knicks really didn't try to like target anybody on defense, which I really don't understand.
Yeah, I don't. That's the other thing about that too, right? Because we also talked about targeting Trae Young, and to be honest with you, I felt like they were trying to do that more. Like they started to run Reggie Bullock off of his curls, instead of just having him sit out when Trae Young was on him. And I think that's how even Trae Young got a foul. It's just that Reggie was just not making him pay, man. Even when there was a play where Trae was on Randle in the first quarter and he hit him in the top of the head. Like Trae had 3 fouls in the first half, so they started to do it. Could they have done it more? Maybe, but they started to do that, man. But the offense just needs to get better, man. We were the top 3-point shooting team in the first half of the season, and it just stalled. Everything just stalled, man. We need to hit shots, and we got open shots. IQ had some open shots too. I mean, I know people are tight because he takes these shots from the 4-point line, but he's been hitting those all season, and he's been getting clean looks at them.
I was okay with it. I was like, IQ, keep shooting them.
Me too.
As soon as they fall, the game would open up for everyone. Like, so I was okay with him taking the longer shots. Knicks needed to find something, and just nothing was working.
I feel, yeah, it is what it is. D Nice comes and he says, "Don't just blame it on Randle. It's just him. It's not just him. It's a team game." D Nice, I agree with you. It is a team game. It definitely is a team game. There's shots that he said, but as the leader of the team, sometimes, man, and I try to be as partial as possible with the blame. I'm not blaming this whole thing on Randle. Like I said, Bullock had 0 points today, and he had clean looks. You know, our bench didn't show up at all. We got beat. Our bench has beaten their bench every game. I think we probably were even the game before and nothing today. So there's blame to go around in different places. The guy who probably had the best game today all around maybe Derrick Rose in the first half and RJ. You know, RJ looked like he was engaged today. I like the way RJ was attacking the basket, finding Rose in those corner threes. That usually that corner three is Alfred Payton, but he found Rose for corner threes for easy baskets. He got in and leaked out some easy layups as well. But yeah, it's a team game. I get it, but a lot of it is on Randle still. But I do like that. Here's the thing though, Randle played better today. Like as bad as it's been today in this series, Randle has played better today. This is closer to the Randle that we're going to need on Wednesday. You know?
Yeah.
Get those same type of shots, the same type of looks. Maybe at home those looks start to fall.
Yeah. The one thing I will give Tibbs credit for is trying to jumpstart Randle in the beginning of the game. I thought Randle was going to shoot like 5 straight shots. The way he was not letting Randle fade in that first point in the game. They were going to make him shoot.
Right.
At the beginning of the game. That was very evident. So I think they wanted him to shoot regardless. They weren't going to let him just pass.
Yeah.
They weren't going to just let him pass to start the game.
Nah, I agree with you, but he's been shooting 41% from three the whole season. So you want him to take some of these shots that he's been making, especially against the Hawks. He's been cooking the Hawks from three all season, man. So take some of those shots, but at the same time, when you got Gallo on you, you got all these John Collins on you, take it to the hole, and he's been doing that too, man. That's what I'm saying. I liked Randle's aggressiveness this game. Like this is the most Randle-ish game I've seen from him this series. Wasn't quite enough because he didn't hit a high percentage.
Yeah, I don't think Gallo could hold anyone.
No.
I saw RJ a couple times, like backing Gallo. Like if Gallo can't hold RJ, he can't hold Randle.
No, exactly. And it's crazy.
So
it's crazy. Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, why aren't they like targeting him? That's my one thing in the game that I was like, okay, they definitely need to go at Gallo because Gallo. He's gonna follow you. Like his long arms, he's either gonna follow you or he's just gonna let you go.
Bob Foley says it still ain't work. Hold on, is Bob trying to get into the Bob?
I don't see anybody in Discord. Hold on, let me post the link again.
All right. Okay, Bob, if you're trying to get into the Discord chat, Fritz, all right, I'm gonna pin Fritz's link right now. Okay. All you gotta do is click the link that Fritz just posted. I pinned it to the top of the chat too. It's going to lead you to our waiting room over there, and then Fritz will be able to connect you to me through there. Okay. For those of you who want to talk and have any thoughts of the game. All right. All right.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just wondering how deep does Tom's bag go? Yeah. I mean, where does he go from at this point? Does he just, hope the switch turns on, or is he going to try something different?
That's the thing. Like, I don't know if there's much else to try. Right? We have Bullock being played on Trae Young, which I think is the right move. The only other thing, if Bullock is going to go 0 for 3, if Bullock's going to score here, I hate to say it, but if Bullock's going to score 0 points, then maybe you try Frank. Maybe you try Frank more than.
I was surprised. I was surprised he didn't make an appearance, especially earlier in the game. I know you guys said that Bullock did a decent job, but those first few minutes, Trey was walking to the basket.
Yeah, but
Trey,
yeah, you know what? There was one play in particular where I know what you're talking about. I was trying to figure it out. I thought, was Bullock trying to force him left? That's what I was thinking in my mind. There was one play was kind of a fast break situation where there was no pick because usually they kill us in the pick and roll. Pick and roll wasn't really the problem to me today. It was just straight up, I'm beating you off the dribble. I'm beating you in transition. The other guys are hitting shots. And also rebounding, right? Rebounding. We've been winning the rebound battle for the first few games. Today, not so much. We lost rebounding out 39 to 48 rebounds edge to the Hawks. They got 9 offensive rebounds compared to our 6 offensive rebounds. So that as well, like we didn't really get beat by the pick and roll like we've been worried about this first few games. To me, in this game, it was just more Trey just blowing by people with his handles. That's it. OD.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trey's been doing his damage in the first half. Like he's been scoring. The last 2 games, Trey's been scoring. He's been doing most of the damage in the first half. Second half, Trey hasn't been putting up numbers.
Yeah.
So, Knicks may want to just look into just maybe putting in the Prince in the first half.
Yeah. Oh man, and somebody. Oh, JS asks, are we getting out coached or out talented? I think it's out talented, man. I think it's the talent that we have on this roster isn't doing what they were doing in the regular season. You know what I mean? I think that's what it really is. Because it's hard for me to even say though they just have more talent, right? Our bench, you can say the bench can be iffy depending on how the day is. Like Alec Burks, he was Superman the first game, but he's at home. Alec Burks was chucking today. He wasn't his best self, but he did in spots, right? Guys like Emmanuel Quickly, guy who's averaged 17 points against the Hawks in these first 3 games. He hasn't scored really since the first game. RJ Barrett hasn't been himself until this game. Everybody's play has dropped. And I keep saying we're the top 3-point shooting team in the league. That has not carried over into this series at all.
Not at all.
And Julius Randle, at the same time, like they adjusted their defenses to stifle him, and he hasn't quite figured it out yet. Today was the closest he has to being figured out. So like it's weird. I feel like I feel like the talent is there for us, to be honest with you. I just think that we're not. I don't know. I don't know if they're in their head. It's the inexperience. I just think that they're not playing like they're used to playing, man. And even for me, for Reggie Bullock, I always feel like Reggie Bullock, for me, kind of chokes under pressure in general. And that's why I feel like every time when he gets to the fourth quarter in crunch time, he usually doesn't perform. And the playoffs is kind of an extended pressure cooker.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that he's not having the same performances he's had in the season. But everybody else, you just kind of figure it out and play it by ear.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing about Reggie. Like, even if we start to retain him next season, I do feel like the Knicks might try to. I don't know how much thought they're going to take into, this playoffs on who's staying and who's going. But he needs to get tougher skin when the game is online. Like, there was even a play where, like I said, we're trying to get back in the game. The Knicks are forcing turnovers. Our defense was showing up in spots. We just kept choking. The Knicks were forcing turnovers. RJ gives Reggie the ball. Reggie travels on a 2-on-1 situation.
Yeah.
Travels.
Yeah, there are a lot of unforced errors in this game.
Yeah.
So
There's another play. Wide open. Randle gives him a nice open shot. They force Trae Young to kind of like rotate. Trey flies by, Reggie puts up a shot, and it's like an ugly looking 15-footer. The 15-footer that's been hitting consistently all year. You know? It's the pressure. I don't know. The pressure is getting to some of these guys.
Yeah. Well, most of our shooters aren't really creators. Like, so, you know, Reggie Bullock, you've been using a lot like Kyle Korver. Like, you know, we see that play where Randle usually brings the ball up and Bullock's a trailer and
Right.
he just, you know, top of the key hits it.
Boom.
Haven't really been seeing that.
Haven't seen it at all.
We've been seeing a lot more of Randle jumping cross court.
Right.
Like he's looking to get bailed out.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And usually now Randle has someone in front of him. All season he's been able to like just, you know, find a spot. And the Atlanta Hawks are just flying around. They're flying around. And they may not be great defenders, but they're fast.
No, yeah, they are fast and they're flying around. But like we had a chance, man. That's all I'm saying. We had a chance to win. We had open shots to make. Of course, they shot out of their minds, but I just feel like, you know, we had the shots. I just felt like we had the shots. And, you know, Derrick Rose didn't have it in the second half, and it is what it is. Like, he's been carrying us this entire series, so you can't even be mad at it. He scored 18.
Can't ask for more from him.
He's exceeding what we wanted from him. So, you, like, it is what it is at this point, man. Randle has to be a little bit more efficient. Our starters have to start making open jumpers that Randle creates for us, especially now that we actually running the offense more efficiently, where they're starting to get those open jumpers. We just have to hit the shots. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And then when they go on their runs, don't put your head down. Don't put your head down. And get back to rebounding too. Get back to the rebounding that we were getting in these first 3 games, because it looks like we're starting to lose the rebounding battle as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems like these it's these Hawks runs. Hawks been putting together like some big runs. They've been putting together like these 17 to 4 runs, and just a couple runs in the game. It's hard to get back. Other times, Knicks are pretty much equal. It's just these they can't. The Knicks can't stop the bleeding when these runs happen.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I think it got into the head. I think it definitely got into the heads because we played pretty good defense, man. Like there's been pockets. There's been pockets of like crappy defense, but there's been like really short pockets of crappy defense in the first 2.5 quarters, and I think we just we got discouraged a little bit. And then at the other end, we're missing layups and open threes, and when these guys are hitting 3-point shots with people draped over them like a cheap suit, and you're missing layups, what that does to your psyche is not pretty, man.
Yeah, Bogdanovich, like there's nothing he can't hit.
Yeah, like we played them well on the defensive end, man. We just have to finish it off, man. That's it. It's as simple as that. And salute to the chat, man. If you want to get on this talk, all you gotta do is hit the Discord link. I know somebody was asking before how to get in there. The link is pinned at the top. I'm gonna pay some bills right now, real quick. It might end this one early. It's just me today, you know. The crew isn't here. Just gotta hold down the fort as usual. You know how I do. You know how I do it though. I can hold down the fort for you guys. All right. But shout out to Thrive. Right. Hold on a second. Shout out to Thrive Fantasy. As I set this up, because I thought it was set up already. All right. Shout out to Thrive, who's they're sponsoring the show. So come prop on Thrive Fantasy this season. Thrive is a daily fantasy sports and esports app for player props. With Thrive, you can emulate countless hours of research and focus on only the top tier athletes that have their biggest impact on the game. Choose 5 out of 10 or 10 out of the 20 available player props, depending on the esport, to build your lineup. All right. Each prop is assigned a fantasy value for both the over and under based on how it's likely it is to hit. Hit the most props and rack up the most points to win a share of the prize pool. Thrive has over 20,000 guaranteed in prizes weekly and has awarded over $4 million in cash prizes. Use promo code KOT when you sign up today, and you will receive an instant match of up to $50 on your first deposit. So, if you deposit $10, you get 20. All right. Download Thrive Fantasy on the App Store or Play Store, or by visiting their website, www.thrivefantasy.com. Sign up and prop up today. So shout out to Thrive for working with the Knick of Time. And shout out to these mods. Shout out to mods, and shout out to Fritz, always holding it down for me, man. He's always available and getting on this call as well. And shout out to everybody who's rocking with the KOT show after a loss in the playoffs, man. These are real Knicks fans, man. You guys are real Knicks fans, man. You guys are the real MVP. It says a lot about you. It says a lot about you be hanging out with me on a Sunday after a Knicks loss after a game like that. So I got to get shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to Charles Lasseter. Shout out to Dimitri. Shout out to Kevin Taylor. Shout out to Telem Alejandro. Shout out to everybody rocking the KOT show. Lonnie Holloway. Shout out to Nuggy Fresh is in the building. Always Nuggy Fresh. Shout out to you, Nuggy. Shout out to Irby Mack and Chris S. Everybody else is rocking with the KOT show. All right. All right, man. If there's no call, I think I'm gonna end this show pretty early. Yo, shout out to you, Joey, man. Thanks for always rocking with me as well, man. Thanks for always rocking with us as well. Yeah, man. Also, yo, Johnny Moore Cash, salute to you as well, man. Yeah, if there's more to discuss and someone wants to come in the chat and talk to me, I think I'm gonna end it pretty early. I think I've pretty much said everything I have to say, man. At the end of the day, for us to win the next games, we just have to execute the game plan, pretty much. I do like the game plan. I do like how we adjusted the players, having Taj Gibson start, because I do feel like positional defense at this point is more important than a racer defense in New Orleans Noel, because we've had success in the pick and roll, kind of trapping Trae Young or just meeting him at the 3-point line and giving him a head start to get to that floor. So I do like the decision to Taj. Also, New Orleans Noel is hurt. New Orleans Noel has a bad ankle, so that might be why there is he's playing less minutes as well. You know what I mean? That could also be a factor, or why he's not as effective. He's playing on a bad ankle. So that could be as well. All right. But I also expect these second unit guys like Alec Burks to really step up on Wednesday. Benches usually play better at home. We have more games at home. We just have to do our business, and we have to make this a series. The odds are against us, man. They're up right now, 1-3. The odds are against us, but we have to make this a series and pull out that NY pride. I know the fight's in us. I know this team wants it. You saw what Randle did to Gallo, man. He hit him with the cheap shot at the end, but whatever. He was like, the game is over. I ain't mad at it, whatever. So the game's getting a little testy, man. The way these guys are trash talking, the way this game is going, I know the Knicks are going to want to win this win. I expect them to really put up a fight this next game coming up. You know what I mean? So shout out Wednesday. Oh, you got Nick Wednesday. You got Joey up. Okay. Shout out to Joey. Hold on. How come Joey's not showing up in my? Let's see. Where are you, Joey? There you go, Joey. All right. We got Joe over here who's rock with me. All right. Let's bring Joey in. Okay, Joey, you are now live in the chat. All you have to do is hit that KOT live button a few times, and you're good to go. And there's no guest today, so I don't even think you have to hit that watch stream button. You just have to hit that KOT live button and keep it rocking. All right.
Jay Ellis.
Yo, what's going on, Joey?
What's up, man?
Whew, I'm good, man. I'm holding it together. How you feeling, man?
I have only one thing to say.
What is that?
Knicks in 7. Knicks in 7. Knicks in 7.
I love your
Knicks
confidence,
in
man.
7.
I love your
Knicks in
confidence,
7.
man. I love your confidence, man. Knicks in
Nah, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'll tell you why.
Okay,
You ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. Bringing it back to the Garden for redemption. Right?
Right.
So that's gonna be easy dubs all day. Make it 3-2. Bring it back to Atlanta. They're gonna be kind of, let's say they're gonna be overconfident. They're gonna take their foot off the gas a little bit too early. We're gonna sneak in there, get a game-winning shot by Bullock.
Right.
Tie it up.
By
3-3.
Bullock, though. Okay, the guy who wins 0 points today, he's gonna hit the game winner. All right.
And then we bring it back to the Garden for Game 7, and then we win in a blowout.
Blowout
we
game
advance.
7. All right.
Yep. Let's
right.
do it.
Let's do. Listen, man. Oh, Joey, were you the same person who said that that the Argentinian point guard overseas was going to play for the Knicks at the playoffs?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, that was.
But
Okay.
I will say we might need Mitchell Robinson for that Game 7.
Mitchell Robinson, man, it's crazy. I keep forget. I don't forget. I miss Mitch, man. I know Mitch wants to play, and it's hurting him to miss his first playoff series ever. But man, the difference he would make in some of these lineups, man, is really so huge. I'm not sure how much we can rely on him, seeing as how he missed so much time. But man, I miss Mitch right now for sure.
You know what I think our problem was tonight, man?
What's that?
I just don't think I just didn't see any sense of urgency. Now that our backs are against the wall, I feel like that sense of urgency is really gonna, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a couple players tonight that didn't score at all. Like Bullock had a 0-point game or something like that, but I don't see him doing that again, man. I know Randle and Barrett stepped up a little bit more than they did the last couple games.
Yeah.
D Rose kind of he didn't really have a 30-point game, but he still did something.
Yeah.
I just never really liked D Rose and Randle on the floor at the same time. I don't see cohesion there. And you know what? If we could put D Rose back as our sixth man, I feel like we'll play a lot better. Because you know what it's going to do? It's going to balance out our lineups. Instead of having Taj and D Rose in that first lineup, if we move them back to the second rotation, we're giving ourselves a little bit more defense. I know I've said in the past, what's his name? I already forget his name. Payton.
Right, Payton.
Alfred
Yeah,
Payton.
exactly. We're all trying to forget, right? Go ahead.
I know I said in the past we need to get rid of Payton and start D Rose, but now I'm just thinking you know what? Playing Payton has gotten us this far.
Nah, man. Don't do it.
I know you don't want to hear it,
no, man.
if we have Payton in the starting lineup, it gives Randle and the other guys on our he's not going to be our scorer. He's just going to get the ball in the hands of the people that it needs to be in. Rose, when we have Rose starting, he will take the ball and he'll drive it. You know what I mean? And with him, he might score, but our other guys aren't getting the ball. You know what I mean? With Payton, he actually gets the ball to our shooters that need it.
What games are you
Bullock,
watching?
Randle, Barrett.
Man, no.
When I'm seeing Payton starting, he'll he doesn't drive to the lane, but he'll give the ball up to Randle and let Randle become his point guard because that's what Randle needs. He just needs control of the game. He needs control of the offense.
Whoa, stop. Okay, let me pause right there. I'm gonna get to a few points. Yes, he gives the ball to Randle. But have you seen the spacing when Peyton's on the floor versus Rose is on the floor? It's not the same, for one. Two, when Peyton's
I understand that.
Hold on. Two, when Peyton has started, we've been losing. Every quarter we started with Peyton, we've lost. We haven't started winning the first quarter until Derrick Rose is getting into the starting lineup. So,
yeah, I understand that. I understand that argument, but now our bench isn't scoring. Now we're having such a low scoring bench. If we can control the bleeding while Peyton's in and have Randle do his thing and score more points, and then bring in Rose again, And I feel like, we still might have a chance instead of just putting all our offense in the starting lineup and then having our bench just suffer.
But I think today, like I said, today Rose didn't have the Rose game. He had a few games. But I do feel like this was the way to go. They staggered Rose's minutes today. Rose came out earlier in the first quarter than he usually did. They put Alec Burks in with the first unit, and then they brought back Rose with the second unit. So like, that's the way to go. Is me. It just didn't work today. But
I like seeing D Rose as our sixth man and I like him as our point guard for like Burks and Quickly. I like that. But
he was. That's what I'm saying. He was the point guard for Burks and Quickly. They did that. They just staggered the minutes and had him playing with Burks and Quickly the second unit. They took him out earlier. I feel like that's the right game plan. It didn't work today because the shots didn't fall, but I feel like that's the right game plan.
Yeah, I don't know. We were getting our butts kicked tonight. They were hitting a lot of shots. Like they were hitting a lot of threes. Like credit to the Hawks. You know what I mean? Like for being able to hit all those 3-pointers that they were able to make.
Yeah.
Do you know the stat for their 3 points tonight? What their versus what our 3-point stat was? I don't even.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I talked about it a little earlier. 3-point shooting. Knicks were 9 of 29. Hawks were 15 of 39. Knicks were 31%. Hawks were 38.5%. All season long, the Knicks. Listen, I said this earlier. Like the Knicks, we've been the top 3-point shooting team all season. We have not shown that this part of the season, and that's been in the playoffs, and that's been part of the problem. Reggie Brooks is shooting 41%. We've had Reggie. We've had Reggie, RJ, Randle.
How many points did Reggie finish with tonight?
Rose. Reggie had 0 points.
I see.
Rose, all those guys shot over 40% from 3 this season. Quickly shot 39%. All these guys are not sniffing what their season's average.
That's another thing too, Jay Ellis. If you think about it, D Rose is a 3-point shooter. Peyton's not. If we want 3-point shooting, we're going to get it from Bullock, especially with that first lineup. So having D Rose and Bullock on the floor at the same time is just not a good idea.
What do you mean? If they've been hitting 3-point shooting shots all season, why would that not be a good idea? I don't understand.
All season we've had Alfred and Bullock on the floor at the same time.
Alfred hasn't been a good 3-point shooting guy all season. Now he's been 28%. What do you mean, Joey? Come on, Joey.
I understand that. But I'm not saying Alfred's going to be the one shooting the threes. We need Bullock making some shots.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But if D Rose is going to take threes, that's one less shot that Bullock's going to be able to take. You know what I'm saying?
No, Bullock had Nah, man. I'm sorry. Bullock had open shots today, man. Bullock had wide open shots today.
He had wide open shots. He had bad game.
Just missed them.
But I'm just
0 for 3, 0 for 4 from the field. I mean, I just
feel like with Bullock, man, like if you put too much pressure on him to make shots, he's just going to fold.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. He folds under pressure, man. He folds under pressure, man.
Yeah, it just seems like we've all the whole team, dude. Just from top to bottom.
Exactly.
It's just like game after game, the same thing happens.
Exactly. Salute to you, Joey. I have somebody else in the queue who wants to talk. But thanks you for calling in as always, man. Salute to you, bro.
All right, man. Later.
Peace. Shout out to Joey and shout out to Michael Parker who sends a $5 super chat as well. He says salute to the diehards, 10 toes down, Game 7. So Mike he's touting that Game 7 talk as well. He wants to see the Knicks playing Game 7. He feels like we're gonna make it Knicks in 7 from Mike as well. All right, we gotta do some damage, man. We gotta bring these guys home and make them play. Shout out to Ken. You are now in the queue. All you gotta do is hit that KOT live button a few times, and you're good to go. All right, Ken. Let me know when you're here. If you even realize that you're in the stream. All right. But salute to the chat. These Knicks fans, man, they're hyped. Adele Chapman says we're not dead yet. Got the gunshots, man. We're gonna shoot back. That's what he's feeling. Shoot back. He's like, we're not dead yet. Michael Parker says also we are missing key rebounds and missing our block assignments on the glass. Yeah, we are. We did a pretty good job of boxing out in these first few games. We haven't been doing that well. This last game, we've lost the rebound battle. After rebounding pretty well these first few games in this series, this game we lost the rebound battle. Hawks got 48 rebounds. Knicks got 39. The Hawks got 9 offensive rebounds to the Knicks, 6 this season. This game, and we lost the rebound battle. Ironically, we have the same amount of assists, which is crazy. 24 assists apiece. 24 assists apiece, man. After we didn't really pass the ball that well the game before, but it seems like the assist game has gone up, and it's working for us right now, man. But I see Ken. He's trying to. I guess Rich is trying to work on his mic to see if his mic is working. Because I know Ken he's trying to call in to talk to us. But if you want to talk to me real quick, you just hit that link in the chat. The Knicks just lost to the Atlanta Hawks, 113-96. I kind of talked about the game earlier today, but I feel like there's some new stragglers in here who didn't really hear me break down the game. And listen, and I'll just kind of repeat what I was saying, man. The Knicks did. I feel like the game plan was solid from the Knicks, but it just really came down to hitting shots. They ISO Julius Randle in the middle of the floor more, got him. So it kind of helped him read the double teams more. He was able to get to his strong hand, driving a lot more. He just missed a whole lot of shots that he's used to making. He missed a lot of layups. He got some teammates some open shots. He was way more aggressive. He was making quicker decisions. The shots just wasn't falling. And also, he didn't always make the right reads at the right times all the time because he's trying to make quicker decisions. I'm not sure if, he's used to making those quick decisions on the fly. He's used to okay, I know where my reads are. I know there's a shooter in the corner. I know there's a shooter here. So if I get in trouble, I'll just pass the ball there. And I think it's just been kind of drilled in his head. That's where to pass the ball. And it's not necessarily he's reading what's happening per se, but he just kind of knows what's going to happen. And he's been able to adjust because of that. And today, when he's been asked to make quicker reads on the fly, it didn't happen all the way all the time. You know what I mean? But this is still the best Julius Randle that we've seen so far. You just hope that in the latter games of the next game, that he's able to shoot a higher percentage. Today, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals from Julius Randle, and also 1 payback flagrant foul on Danilo Gallinari. All right. Michael Parker sends a $5 super chat, says, I missed the 90s Knicks defense. We need Theo Pinson to clothesline Trae Young. Take one for the team. Michael Parker was that payback, man. I know everybody's tired of watching Lollipop Head over here talking smack. I feel you, dog. I feel you. Kenny Yankees, Knicks Giants. He says Randle overrated. He has to adjust to the double teams, man. Yeah, he does. And I'm not gonna Randle's been through a lot. I'm not gonna pile on Randle and say he's overrated. Listen, at the end of the day, the Knicks weren't even expected to be the number 4 team in the playoffs, right? We've overachieved. We pretty much have the same team that we've had last season. Added Alec Burks, Alec Derrick Rose, added Nerds Noel, added Water, and here we are right now. So I don't want to pile on to Julius, and give him the overrated tab because you know what? He's outperformed his last season self. He just needs to take another step. And I'll keep saying it's harder for power forwards to really take over a game all the time than guards. That's why guard play is so important for us, man. Guards is usually who set the table. Guards and wings. But he's doing a lot of his damage as a power forward. And Julius himself, he just needs more time. I think he just needs more time, man. I feel like reading the game to him doesn't come as easy as it does to certain people, especially with the speed the game comes at him. So that he might just need more time to read the game and adjust to that part of the NBA to grow his game even more. All right. I see you in the chat, man. Okay, caller, you are now live on the KOT show, all you gotta do is hit that KOT live button a few times, and you should hear me
Okay,
perfectly clear. Hello, I heard you.
Can you hear me? Oh, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, baby. What's up, man? How you doing? It's me, Chapman.
Okay. Well, your volume got a little bit low. Did you hit the KOT live button, or is it just your mic is like a little weird?
Yeah, hold on. It's the head, man.
Okay, we'll see if you can adjust his sound a little bit, because it sounds a little gargly underwater a little bit. Maybe try to
All
fix the
right.
mic.
Sorry
There
about
we go.
that.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, now we cooking.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, man, it's me, Chapman from Queens. Just got out of work. I was able to hear the game a little bit on the radio, just the first quarter. Just one question, man. I know Quigley was 0 for 3.
Mm-hmm.
He was fearless in the first game, man. I'm just curious. So, what was it? What's the difference between him, this game, and the other game? That's all.
The shots didn't fall, man. That's really what it is, man. The shots didn't fall. The shots didn't fall, and I feel like that was pretty much it. The shots didn't fall, and the shots didn't fall. I feel like even though the shots didn't fall, I'll say this: what I did like about Quickly's game is that I did like that he's starting to mix it up. He created shots for other people. I do like that. That's what I'm not sure how many assists he had this game, but even if it wasn't an exact assist, I feel like he had his hand in some hockey assists because he's such a threat from 3-point line and he's closes out really strong. He's added a drive and kick to his game.
Thank you, Jay. Just gotta be on the run, but I did want to say hi, man.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. Nice quick call for you. Salute to you.
Bye.
Salute. Peace. He's like, yo, just got to work. Now I gotta get home. I gotta catch this train. Paul Butler says Randle is a third option. Maybe, man, maybe he just needs more time to cook. Maybe he needs time to read the game. Maybe he's a second option. Maybe he's a 1A. Or maybe this is a learning experience, man. It could be all the above. I'll just say that Randle's had a better game today. He's way more aggressive today, and I like that about him. If he keeps that trajectory going into the Wednesday's game, we should be fine for Wednesday. But it's up to Randle to make these shots and finish these layups, man. He's missing point blank layups. Like, that's you. That's what you do, dog. Like, for years, you keep hearing if you get Randle going downhill, he's unstoppable. You can just make every shot he needs to be. And we got him going downhill a few times. We got him going to his strong hand. And he just did not convert. You know what I mean? Another $5 super chat from Michael Parker. Shout out to Michael Parker. Says Randle is like a former alcoholic that's been sober for 10 years. When times get rough, they go back to old habits. Yo, Michael Parker. Mike, man. I feel you. We seen no handle Randle peek his head in. Not so much this game. I will say last game, yes. You saw a little bit of the foul lead from Randle. He just needs to play better, man. He just needs to hit shots and play better, and maybe get out of his own head. There is signs of a heartbeat. It just needs to turn into a win. Okay, caller, I see you. A caller in the queue. Shout out to Who Aid. All right, Who Aid, you are now live. You are now live on the show. All you gotta do is hit that KOT live button. A couple of times. And you can hear me clearly, and I heard something. Did you say something?
I'm here.
All right, cool. All right, so let them know what your name is, where you're from, sir.
Hey, my name's Jeff from Jersey,
All right.
East Orange.
That's what's up.
And yeah. I just wanted to say, we shouldn't worry about it, man. We weren't even supposed to be here. We have about $50 million cap next year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to finally see the playoff in 8 years, but nobody should get too worried about it, man. It's how it goes. The Nets did this a couple years ago, and then that's how they got free agents. So even the Sixers too, a couple years ago, the same thing. They had to do the process. It's the first year with this regime, so we just trust the process as well, man.
Nah, I agree with you. Man. I said that a little bit earlier too, man. It's like at the end of the day, we've overachieved already. You know, we weren't expected to be a number 4 team in the East. We weren't expected to even make the playoffs. Our ceiling was play-in. Our ceiling was 22 games. That's what people were saying. So we're here right now. We're in the playoffs. You get to watch our first playoff in 8 years. Everything else after this is gravy. And that's what I'll keep saying. I know watching it live is disappointing, and I get that because you want to win. But then when you sit back and you look at the whole picture, you're like, all right, we were ahead of the schedule. You know.
Exactly. And if you should attract more free agents next year, more people should want to play in the Garden. Hopefully, we have fans and it's packed next year. So I'm not really too worried about it. Yeah, it's a blessing to be able to watch good basketball on a Sunday.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's new territory for us for sure, yo.
Yeah. So, hey, all the Knicks fans, calm down a little bit, man. You guys are getting a little too down, man. Y'all a little too sad out here, man. Smile a little bit. Yeah, I know it's raining in the Northeast, but just smile a little bit, y'all. We made the playoffs.
Exactly.
It's okay.
Exactly. Now, I feel you, man. Just smile a little bit, man. We here, man. We still here. We still Knicks fans. We still gonna be rowdy. We still gonna talk our stuff. And then we good. We built for the future. Cap space, draft picks, free agents. Let's go. I'm with it. Let's roll.
The Hawks actually spent all of their cap space picking up free agents, and they went all out this year.
Yeah,
they went all out trying to make the playoffs, which they did, but they went all out. We haven't gone all out yet. In fact, we did the opposite of going all out.
Yeah, good point. We half in. We went half in.
Yeah.
And we here right now, man. We just need to make the proper adjustments, man. Yo, thank you, man. Thank you, caller, for putting everything into perspective, man. We need that.
Thanks, man. Thank you for always having a good show, man. Glad to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Next time, man.
Yo, appreciate it, man. Appreciate you calling in first time, man. Salute.
You're welcome. I may call in a couple more times, man.
All right, man. Yo, I appreciate it. Listen, we're going to be back Wednesday after the game. I know I've been trying to do these day after the game stuff, but playoffs, I got to do it the same day. Okay. I was trying to help, have my people come in with me on Wednesdays to make everybody. But nah, playoffs, we got to do it the same day. Definitely. But salute. So next game on Wednesday, we're going right after the game. We're going to talk about the next game, all right? And salute to you, man. Thanks
I'm in here. I'm in here. Thanks, man.
Facts. No problem. All right. Oh, hold on. Coming to the stage. The KOT hype man. Hold up. I see you. The KOT hype man is now in the chat. Hold on.
Test.
Yeah, there you go.
JL is KOT. Let's go.
Let's
baby.
go.
We down. We out. Your boy is sad, but we still fighting. You know what it is.
Yeah.
All year long, we overachieved. And now people pointing the finger at us, laughing at us like we still the LOL Knicks. But you know what? I got something to say. Game 5 is ours at the crib, son. I'm letting cats know early. Game 5 is ours. But I'm worried because of Game 6. Yeah. And I'm worried because of Game 7. But you have to take things one game at a time, one thing at a time. My pops taught me, Senior Alejandro, that Rome was not built in a day. So we have to chip at the Atlanta Hawks. One possession at a time.
Facts.
I feel like their role players, they was eating today with their three-point shooting. We got to defend better.
Yes.
Keep it 100. We were a top 5 goon defense all season long, but games 3 and 4 on the road, we did not defend it the way that we did all season long. So that disappoints me. Not only that, what did you open up the show saying? Oh, it was a make or miss game. And I 100% agree with you. We're missing shots we made all year. People are looking at Randle saying overrated, but I'm going to keep it 100. He hit tough contested mellow middies all season long that unfortunately he's hitting now. His three-point percentage increased to, I believe, 39, 40, 41%. Now he's bricking, but I think he's going to hit some of those shots in due time. Hopefully we don't run out of time. So keep fighting, man. I don't disagree with the adjustment of benching Elf. I like starting Rose.
Yeah.
I do want Obizi Manizi, Obi Toppin to get some more burn. He's
Yes.
super active right now.
Mhm.
Shout out to my Brooklyn goon, Taj Gibson.
Yeah,
He's
man.
holding it down. Taj Gibson is not giving up, so I'm not giving up neither. Keep fighting, Knicks. I expect the 6th game at least. You feel me? I expect it, Jay Ellis.
I feel you, man. I'm with you, man. I expect it too, man. This next game has to be a win, man. Must win situation. We at
Yes, it
home. We got our bench over here who's gonna be hyped up. I know Bullock is not gonna have a 0-point game. That's can't happen.
Right.
That's not
I agree.
happening twice in a row.
I agree.
And Randle is adjusting, man. He's adjusting to this new defense. I agree with you, man.
Yeah, he played better. He played better, Jay Ellis. He struggled, but he did play better. I think he was a little more assertive, especially in the first quarter. I felt like he missed some shots. I think he went 3 for 9 in the first quarter. He missed some shots, but I like when he shoots on the side in the corner. I feel like that's a hot spot for him. Whether it's a midi or 3, it don't matter. The step back, little space that he creates, he's money from there. It's when Randle is at the top of the key that I feel like he's not driving enough. There was this one possession that really got me mad, Jay Ellis, where he had Trae Young on him and he settled for a long midi. And I want him to back that down, force the double, and if there's a double, find the open man.
Exactly. Punish this kid, man. You can't let this guy off the hook, man. Bring him all the way down to the hole and make him really play deep, give him a foul, man. You're absolutely right about that, man.
Jay Ellis, he's hiding. Trae Young is hiding on Reggie Bullock. It's getting me so mad. He's hiding.
Yeah, man.
But one thing we did good today, though, we got Clint Capella in some foul trouble. That was good.
Yeah.
I think that's key. That's going to be key. Get him out of the game.
Facts. Get him out the game. Get him out the game, and you should be able to. That's the other thing too. We got Clint Capella out of the game, and then Collins ended up playing actually decent defense. And
yeah, he did.
And kind of clogging up the hole. We usually were able to really take advantage of that. We didn't really do it today. But you're still right. I still feel like, you know, we followed the game plan, man. We did a whole lot of things right. We got to make shots when it comes to the Garden. You follow this game plan again. Those shots are gonna fall. I think we'll be able to get this game for sure. All right.
Another thing, Jay Ellis.
What's up?
I want some more. I want some more Emmanuel quickly.
Yeah,
I
man.
want some more Emmanuel quickly, man. What's up with that? I want more. I feel like since preseason, I've seen potential in this kid. I feel like this is his moment. And another thing I told you and Uncle Raw before the series started, the French freak, Frank Ntilikina, please, Coach Thibs, free that man. I think he can make a difference defensively. I think so.
Yeah, man. It might be time to take a look at him, man. I don't expect Reggie Bullock to go over whatever he did today.
Yeah, he's not gonna have a bagel again.
Right.
He had 0 points. That's not happening in 34 minutes almost.
Yeah. But if he does start to have those games again, at that point you gotta at least try Frank for like more than 30 seconds. If that's what you're going to do. That's just me. That's just me. I don't know how you feel about it.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. And Alec Burks, I think he was off today. He was off. I like that he was looking for his shot, but it was one of those situations like in the middle of the season where Quickly was shooting too much and he wasn't hitting his shots.
Yeah.
And then people kind of wanted to pass a little bit. Burks was kind of like that today. But I think we're not in that bad of a spot. It should be 2-2. It's unfortunate it's 3-1. I do think our end is coming inevitably, but I want to see some fight.
I want to see some,
especially on the defensive end and hitting our shots. I want to see fight. I expect the 6th game. I expect it. I will be mad if we don't get a 6th game, man.
I agree with you, man. Like I agree with you, man. Like this team has been the type of team that's kind of fought against adversity all season long. So I expect there to be fireworks, bloodshed, and like battle axes. Like this is Sparta. I expect all of that on Wednesday, man. I expect a bloodbath on Wednesday, man. We getting this game.
Oh, speaking of a bloodbath, Jay Ellis. Did you like the physicality towards the end of the game? Bullock coming at the Hawks bench. Did you like Randle's
I kind of liked it, man.
Foul?
I kind of liked it, man. I'm not going. I was into it, bro. I was into it. I was kind of into it. This kind of reminded me of the back of the day where it's like the pumps jump up to get beat down type of days, man. Like I liked it, man. I like that Randle was like, you know what?
Okay.
I wanted to show it on the court too, but I like that. Like we not gonna let our guys get punked, and visibly show the high five. You know, and then
that was I like that on the sideline. I like that.
And then bring that back home. Bring that back home. Bring that back home. See if you try to retaliate back home without friendlier whistles. Let's do that.
One last thing as I dip, Jay Ellis, because somebody in the chat said, bring Mitchell Robinson back. I wanted to touch on that. Some people saying he's ready. I'm talking about reports. Some reports are saying he's close to ready. Some reports are saying, they don't want to bring him back yet. I'm not so sure he'll be the difference maker because we're having trouble guarding Trae Young. He might help there, but he's not going to help us with the shots that we're missing. That has to change. Right. We got to just make our shots first things first before we worry so much about our defense. As far as slowing down Trae Young, the defense, the first thing we need to do is stop those threes, man. Stop the threes.
Stop the threes. Stop the threes, man. And that's just our point of attack defense, man. That's really what it is. Because the pick and roll hasn't really burnt us this game, but he's just been blowing by us, man. Right. He's been blowing by us straight up one-on-one dribbling.
Hard to guard, man.
Yeah, he's just hard. He's just hard to guard.
Hard to guard. Yeah, it is what it is. He's as good as advertised, and it's unfortunate for us because for us to win this series coming in, I thought Randle was going to be the best player in this series. It's been Trae Young easily.
Yeah, it's definitely been Trae Young, man. It's been Trae Young, and then it's been Derrick Rose.
Yeah. Shout out to D Rose, man.
Yeah,
putting a lot of work.
Facts. We just need Randle to get up there and be that MVP candidate that we know we can be. That's it, man. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. We solved the problem. I expect a 6th game, baby.
Yeah,
Let's go, Knicks.
Let's go.
Don't give up hope. Because remember, we were already counted out. We were not supposed to be here in the first place. So the fact that we're here, I'm going to enjoy every second. Every second.
Exactly.
I can't wait till this 5th game, man.
Exactly. End of the day, this is the season. This is the year that we're supposed to be counted out and we here. So it is what it is. 8 years until we... It has been 8 years since we've seen a playoff game, and we're in it right now. You got to enjoy this, man. Enjoy the moment, man. Just enjoy the moment. All right. That's it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
Yo, JL, let's be safe. KOT, be safe, man. Everybody be safe. I'm going to see y'all game 5. You know what it is, man.
Yeah, man.
Keep fighting, baby.
Yeah, we here, man.
Keep fighting,
fight.
baby.
That's all we do, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's all we do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
New York energy,
all right, boy. Be safe.
All right, man. Tell him, man. Tell him always come with the fire and the flame. Shout out to Tell him, man. Always loves when he calls in. Always gives you some good points, some nice insight. He be here from the jump, too. He be here when the show starts. He be in here shooting back the points. Shout out to Tell him Alejandro, man. Good show, man. Good show. I'm going to let him close that out. I'm going to end this right here. And I'm going to just shout out everybody in the chat. Shout out to Anthony212. Shout out to Stanley Man. Shout out to Fritz, Mind It Holding Down. Shout out to CFA2618. Please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button as well if you like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so you know what? There won't be any more post games in the summer. But we're still going to be talking about free agency news and rumors, and also, we'll also be talking about the draft, and also looking to launch like something else as well. So stay tuned to the KOT show to figure out what else we're trying to do. All right, so just stay tuned. All right, like, subscribe to the channel if you're feeling the content. All right, that is our show, guys. Shout out to Thrive Fantasy one more time for rocking with us. And yeah, I will see you guys on Wednesday. And as always,
shout out to Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
Shout out to Worldwide West, man. And also, follow us on all social media. Follow us on the Knick of Time show on Instagram, the KOT show on Twitter, and the Knick of Time show on Facebook. Trying to get to 10K subscribers on Instagram. So if you really, really, really want to help us out, go to our Instagram at the Knick Time Show. Also, for those who were asking about the KOT snapbacks, we do have them. There is a 20% off discount code for the KOT snapbacks, only lasting for a few days. I forgot when I have it expiring, but it's only lasting for a few days. So if you click the link that Fritz is saying in the chat, and you type in KOT20, you will get 20% off of those KOT snapbacks. Okay? All right. So you can do that as well. That is our show. We out here. Shout out to the best mind in the building, Fritz. Oh. Shout out to you, Fritz, man. Always hold me down. Cody, yo, shout out to you, Cody, man. Thanks for rocking with us, Cody, man. You've been here for years. for years. Thanks for watching every iteration of the KOT show. Hope you caught that last show, Cody, with the OG members back. I wish we was able to talk about a win, but you know they did come back. So that is our show. We are out of here. Peace.
Shout out the World Wide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.